Good morning, beautiful lovers. It's so wonderful to be with you today. Happy Monday. I believe we have a very beautiful week ahead. Can you feel it? Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful week coming. And it can be a beautiful week for you if you get intentional about it first. Self love is self responsibility. I bang on about that all the time. If you want to feel happy, if you want to feel peaceful, if you want to feel free, if you want to feel empowered, if you want to feel like you're on purpose, if you want to trust yourself, it's your responsibility. You can create that experience for yourself. And I'm not saying that life doesn't throw curveballs, and I'm not saying that we're not meant to feel the opposite of all of those things, because in feeling the opposite of all of those things, there's an opportunity there for us to know ourselves even more, to know our full range of emotion, and to really develop a compassionate, loving, unconditionally loving relationship with ourselves. So it's really important to feel the opposite. We kind of need the stretch of both, don't we? Uh, and and we don't want to stay stuck in victim. We don't want to stay stuck feeling disempowered. We don't want to stay stuck in anything that isn't our truth, right? And we don't have to. We are in charge of ourselves. We are in charge of our life. We can create how we desire to feel. We can create new thoughts that create great feelings. We can create a life that feels really purposeful and fulfilling and fun. I bang on about this all the time. I live and breathe this. It's my daily intention. I absolutely freaking refuse to go down the rabbit hole of whatever it is, whether it's shame or victim or sadness or laziness, whatever it is. I refuse to stay there. Go there for a while, have a little pity party, understand why you're there, feel it, release it, and choose something else. Yeah, we have the power to choose something else. We have the power to choose and direct our lives. And I felt this so strongly last week. I had a pretty profound week last week. If you're on the School of Self Love's mailing list, and we posted it over social media as well, you'll see that I shared a little bit. I didn't share everything, but I shared a little bit about my transformational week last week. And I was in the process, and it was wonderful. And this is something else I've learned over the last few years. And it's this idea that you don't have to learn and evolve and grow just through pain. I wonder if that's music to your ears. I met up on the weekend actually with a very old friend of mine, a spiritual teacher, and she was sharing with me. We hadn't seen each other for a couple of years, and she was sharing with me some pretty big curveballs that life had thrown her. And I joked, I was like, when does it finish? It's like, God, when are you going to stop sending me the painful lessons? And often our lessons of growth and evolution are painful. And I'm coming more and more and more to witness and experience that sometimes our lessons and our evolution can come through joy and pleasure. If we allow it, we can actually make ourselves available to evolve through joy. It doesn't have to hurt all the time. Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice. So I suppose I might be inviting you into that this morning as well. So let me say good morning to who's joining. Hello, Jane, darling. Good to have you. Hey, Sharla. Hey, Lindy. Hey, Sophie. I don't know if you can tell, Lindy, you've asked how I am today. I'm brilliant. I've done quite a good makeup job on myself this morning. I got really burned at the beach yesterday. I don't know if you can see. I've got quite rosy cheeks and nose. We went down to the beach really early yesterday morning, just James and I. We took the puppy, and it was great, because we were like, let's go down, and we all went down to have our breakfast at the beach. We took the puppy's breakfast, and there's a great little kind of cafe with a hole in the wall at the moment doing breakfast. Hey, Claire Louise, good to have you. And we went down. Hey, Jenny. Hi, guys. Hey, Sharla. I'm going to read your message in a second, Sharla. And we went down. It was pouring with rain. We're like, doesn't matter. We're going to go and swim anyway, and we just brave the elements. We're going to love it. And so I was, in my hoodie, jeans, like all rugged up, ready for, some cold, windy weather at the beach. And it was windy, but the sun came out and it was so stunning. We stayed there for a few hours and I wasn't prepared with sunglasses or a hat, which I usually am. And I got quite badly burned on my face. Hey, Liz. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Janet. Oh, Janet, good to see you here. Hi, honey. Hey, Natalie, good to see you. Oh my gosh, Natalie, I thought of you this morning when I was putting my makeup on, covering up my sunburn. I was thinking Natalie would not approve of me going out without a hat and sunscreen. And I don't approve of me doing that either, by the way. Malka, hello. But it was one of those things that kind of just happened. Anyway, today, as I was saying, this, you have the power. And if you weren't on for the first 2 minutes of this call this morning, yeah, Natalie's sending me like one of these emojis. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you went on for the first couple of minutes this morning, I was just sharing that you can create your life, and I want to remind you of that. You are a creator. You are a co-creator. It is in your nature. This is the truth of who you are. You create, right? You can destroy as well, right? We're all energy. We can direct our intention to create or to destroy. We can empower ourselves or we can self-sabotage. What do we choose? What do we choose? So before we, actually, let me just read Charlotte's message. And if anybody else wants to share how they're feeling today, I am all ears. Charlotte said, I'm so feeling sorry for myself because the man I've been desperately looking forward to seeing him, and then for just a misunderstanding communication, he kept distance and now it hurts. Seems everything is over and it hurts. Oh, my darling, the old miscommunication. Well, I'm sending you my love. I'm sending you my love. And I genuinely believe that if anything is meant to be, there will be a time and a space that you can communicate more clearly with each other, and a healing could happen or not. And my affirmation in times like that, particularly the single women I'm working with in my Daring and Mighty Love program, or programs historically as well, one of our favorite affirmations is this or something even better. This or something even better. If what's happening right now isn't as expected or as hoped, it doesn't kind of pan out, then the trust piece is something even better is coming. Yeah, this or something even better. It's such a good affirmation because it really does allow you, again, you're hooking into being a creator and not a destroyer, into feeling empowered and not self-sabotaging. If it's not this, then I can trust life. I can trust that life loves me so much and is always guiding and directing me to such a degree that if it's not this, if this isn't meant to be, then something better is coming because I'm loved and I'm worthy. Yeah. Claire Louise, hi. Yeah, this was something even better. It's freaking great. It's a great affirmation. Right, let me just tune into where we're going to go this morning. Because I haven't prepared an outline and I'm just wondering what I want to personally share with you. That will come. That will come. First of all, have you got your journals and pens? And even if you don't, that's okay. You can just sit perhaps with your hand on your heart and just listen to my words and just to feel into your answers. Or if it feels good for you to write your answers into your journal, you can do that as well. We're getting intentional now. Okay, we're going to get really intentional. Let's just take it. That's all. Whether you've got a pen or not, just take a moment. Put your hands on your heart and let's just breathe for a minute. See, we're creating in the moment right now. Isn't that beautiful? We're creating in the moment, just breathing, just putting your hands on your heart. Just breathing. Oh, this feels juicy. We're going to stay here for a little longer. This is lovely. There's nothing for you to do. Absolutely nothing. Just enjoy how grounded and beautiful it feels to just sit with yourself for a moment. your hands on your heart and just be there for yourself. And I have a feeling there's people watching this right now and you're not sitting and doing this, and that's okay, but you're listening and you're tuning in while you're getting ready, while you're starting your day, and I completely, utterly honor you as well. So while some of us will be sat here, hands on heart, tuning in, those that are getting ready, having to be somewhere, but still doing their best to plug into this energy, you can do what you're doing and just intentionally bring your energy inwards. And while you're going about your doing, you can at exactly the same time experience the joy and the peace, the connectedness of just being inside yourself, being here within yourself, present for yourself. How do you feel? How do you feel? Can you name it? Remember, acknowledgement is just the highest form of self-love. Just acknowledging the truth of where you're at, how you're feeling without any judgment, not trying to do anything with it. How do I feel? Breathing into your heart. And really allowing yourself to breathe into each one of the feelings that you're identifying. Really paying it attention. Acknowledging the light feelings as well as the darker feelings, the heavier feelings. What do I need? Just feeling into it. What do I need? What do I need? If it feels good for you, if you've got a journal and a pen, maybe you want to write that down. What do I need? What do I need today? And what do I need this week? What do I need today? What do I need this week? Just going to allow you just to take a few minutes to be there with yourself. Just take a few extra minutes to tune into how you feel and what you need, and make some notes about what you need. This is really important. This is so self-loving. I believe very, very strongly that we are all healers. Every single one of us is a healer. As energetic beings, being pure energy, we get to play with energy as well. And we get to direct energy. Like I was saying at the beginning, we can create or we can destroy. And how we direct our energy is through intention. It's intention. And intention can be a thought. We can think intentionally. And it can also be a feeling. We can feel intentional. Can you feel the difference between those two, where we're thinking intentionally and we're feeling intentionally? And I think when we bring those together, when we bring the intentional thought and we bring the intentional feeling together, wow, it's so powerful. So you can be your own healer today. just through thinking and feeling intentionally. You can guide your energy today, and you can guide it this week. And you are able to know what your intention is through just taking a beat and checking in with, how do I feel and what do I need? And from that place, you direct your energy. I was doing some healing on my puppy last night, and I trained in a healing modality many years ago called Reiki. And I wouldn't say I specifically use the Reiki training when I do healing. It's a real mishmash and blend of all that I've kind of experienced and learned and absorbed over the years, and that's sort of become my own experience. And I think it can be my own experience, and I think you can have your own experience. So when I'm healing my puppy who's suffering quite some anxiety at the moment, mind you, after the healing session last night, he has shifted today noticeably. So I'm going to continue the healing every day with him. I'm just going to be really intentional and supportive and guide him through healing. And the thing with healing and the thing with, so let me, I was getting ahead of myself there. When I'm healing him, really all I'm doing, really, like when you just bring it back to basics, all I'm doing is intentionally moving energy, intentionally releasing energy that's not serving, and intentionally bringing in energy that will serve. So it's like releasing the sabotaging energy and bringing in the self-loving, empowering energy. And that's a healing process that I've been doing with my puppy. I've just begun doing, and will continue to do. And we can do this for ourselves. So just through intention, you can create whatever you desire to create for your life. Isn't that amazing? Just through intention. Because here's what we forget as humans. We think that we have to do everything on our own. We think that we are our source. I'm my source, I think. My humanness thinks I'm my source, and I carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. And I feel the heaviness in my lower back because I'm compressing my spine, and I'm like, anyone here relating with this? Like, our human experiences, we just sort of feel pushed down and weighed down because we're carrying everything, and we wonder why we're so freaking exhausted. We are not our source. I'm not my source. You're not your source. Yes, you are a vehicle of just such magnificence that does have the power to move energy. Isn't that amazing? And remember, in the very beginning of the call, I said we're co-creators. You're not doing it on your own. Life is guiding and supporting you. Life loves you. When I say life, you could insert the word God. You could insert the word source. You could insert the word universe. You're not doing it on your own. So when I'm healing my puppy, I don't think that I'm God and I'm doing the healing. No, I'm a channel. I'm directing energy with my intention, and I'm allowing source energy. I'm calling in the angels. I'm calling in his guides. I'm calling in whoever will listen to me. It doesn't matter. I don't need to have a terminology for it because I can feel it. But I call in other energies to assist the healing, to do the healing in a way I don't even know how. I was speaking with some clients the other day. I think it might have been in our group coaching call and evolution membership. And what came through was this idea that, we think we have to do our own healing. When we're living transformationally, we want to heal something about ourselves that's not serving. And we think we have to do it. No. Yes, there's processes and there's tools and there's techniques, but the actual function of healing, the transformation, which I know that feels soulful, right? It feels like when we know we've really healed from something, it's not really, we don't really feel it intellectually. We feel it like in a soul level, like just something something tangible shifts, and yet it's intangible. And when that shift happens, when we experience that deep healing, that soul healing, that's the function of our spiritual self. That's the function of our heart. that is guided and supported by something so much bigger than us, way beyond us. If we think we're doing it ourselves, like we're little gods, we got it so wrong. We can use our intention to direct energy to heal, and we're not doing it on our own. We're supported by something more. And I think it's so important that we remember that and go into our day and go into our week remembering that. It's too much to think you have to do it all on your own. And it's kind of pretty egotistical to think that you can, right? So as you get intentional about your day and your week, then remember you're not doing it on your own. So maybe as you're getting intentional about your day and your week, maybe you could bring in an intention to allow yourself to be supported, allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to be guided by that something bigger. And whatever feels good for you. Often it feels good for me to tune into my angels and my guides. I am calling in on Archangel Michael right now for my puppy. Archangel Michael is like here in the house with us at the moment. I've experienced amazing healings, all sorts of incredible experiences through calling in Archangel Michael. But yeah, whatever feels good for you, call in past loved ones. Sometimes I call in my mom, sometimes I call in my granddad or my grandma to help, and allow it. You don't have to do it on your own. But it does start with you. And it does start with your human experience. So way back, I think the first thing I said on this call was self-love is self-responsibility. Yeah, it starts with you. And there is action that you can take. But you don't have to do it alone. So I'm just going to read a couple of messages. Hey, Kelly's joined. Natalie's saying, I'm experiencing so much movement transition, but I'm not sure if I'm creating it or the universe is forcing me out of situations so I can move into better, more healthy places. Yeah, so let me read that again. I'm experiencing so much movement transition, but I'm not sure if I'm creating it or if the universe is forcing me out. Yeah, so, well, it's actually a really good question. I genuinely think that the universe knows the truth of your heart. The universe knows your desires. The universe knows what you're meant for. I know you, Natalie, and I know you're a very intentional, conscious woman. So I know that you do spend time regularly sort of checking in with yourself and asking yourself, like, what do I need? What do I want to create? What feels good for me? What doesn't feel good for me? I know last week you had a conversation with flatmates because you had to express like what was not working for you. Because you know what you desire instead. So you know your heart, you know your desires, you know your bigger vision, you know where you want to go. You might not know the how, and you might not know all the details of where you want to go, but you've got a general feeling of where you desire to take your life and a general feeling of the very powerful woman that you are that wants to be expressed in the world, right? I think I know that about you. In fact, I think I know that about every single woman on this call, okay? And so you know your heart, life knows your heart. And what's going on around you, I genuinely believe is life guiding and supporting you because it knows your heart. So what might feel uncomfortable and difficult and transitionary, a lot of movement you said right now, and the feeling when you say the word, it's forcing me out of situations. So it feels to me like the transition and movement at the minute is uncomfortable for you. Just through kind of reading into your language, then yeah, it will be until it's not. But you know, life is very lovingly taking you closer, maybe one like a baby step or maybe a great big leap and a bound towards where you desire to be. And if you're in a transitionary space, often that can, you know, we know, right? It can feel really uncomfortable and doubly uncomfortable because we don't understand quite what's happening, and we definitely don't know what's on the other side, and that's an uncomfortable place to be. So I would really invite you to surrender into it, my darling. I would invite you to trust that yes, you're moving into a better, more healthy place, and trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your gut. If it doesn't feel like you're moving into a better, healthier place, again, use your intention. Decide, feel into what would feel good for you, and choose to move there instead. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, move to where feels good for you. You don't have to like co-creating with life doesn't mean we just sort of totally surrender and give up and go, oh well, I have literally no charge over my life. I'm just going to go where it takes me. I really believe. I mean, I'm a huge believer in surrender, and I'm a huge believer in trusting life. And if it's feeling really, really, really wrong, if the transition and the movement you've got going on feels wrong in your bones, you get to do something about that. Yeah. But I have a feeling for you, Natalie, that life's shaking things up for you because it's time and you're ready. And I think when life shakes things up for us, it's an opportunity for us to tap into remembering other times in our life when life has shook us up a bit, and we've come out the other side successfully, and great things have happened. It's a good time to kind of look back and notice when we've been really resilient, and we've been strong, and we've overcome. You have the ability to overcome and to move through this. Do you want to do it? And this is where we can get intentional. Do you choose to move through the transition kicking and screaming, or do you choose to move through it with ease and joy? Do you choose to make it hard for yourself and full of drama, or do you choose to make it easy for yourself and full of grace? Right? So while life is throwing you the curveballs, if in your gut it's like, yeah, do you know, I think I'm going somewhere where I'm meant to go. I don't really know where I'm going or what it is or the how, but I'm going to trust. You can choose, am I going to make it hard and full of drama? I'm going to make it easy, full of grace. So you can move with the flow of life rather than like nails in the ground, like being dragged through. Yeah. That's a really good question. I'm glad you asked it. There's a few other comments. Let me have a look. A few. Liz, hey, darling. How do you release energy that's not serving and through intention do the healing? Maybe we can talk about that on our call in the group. How do you release energy that's not serving and through intention do the healing? Okay. Just decide it. Just decide it. It's you know what? We've got this thing like, oh, she's a healer. And I'm not saying that's not true. Some people, and I would put myself in this category, are actually particularly gifted healers. Like that's our purpose and our function in this lifetime. We are also all healers. So you're a healer, and I know you have another career, and I know that you have, or not another career, you have a career that isn't about healing. Doesn't mean that you're not a healer. You have a purpose in life that's different to mine. So I give a lot of my day-to-day energy and attention to healing and transformation for myself and other people. You give your energy to a lot of other things. I won't go into that, but I know you and I know what you're passionate about and what your purpose is here. So how do you release energy that's not serving? You just choose it. Like energy it's not rocket science. I have a feeling we can build it up to be this big, unobtainable thing outside of us that some special people on the planet have access to and can work with. And maybe we need to rely on them to help, to heal us. There's a place for that, but you can do a lot yourself. So I would actually invite you to approach this idea of releasing energy and healing in a way that's like innately you do know how. Just choose it. Sit in meditation and allow yourself to just intentionally let go and release what's not serving you and call in healing energies that do serve you. And your way will be your way. It's like when I was doing healing with my puppy yesterday, there was no script for that. What came through, what I did, how I felt, it was in the moment. It was largely felt. It wasn't something I could script or put into words. So I'm going to invite you to empower yourself with the knowledge that you are a natural healer and you do know what to do. And remember, a lot of the doing isn't of you. You're just deciding it and setting the intention around what you're choosing to let go of and what you're calling in. And you're going to surrender and get out of the way and allow something bigger than you to come in and actually do the healing, do the clearing, the cleansing. I hope that's helpful. I hope that's helpful. Natalie, Deepak Chopra has a great energy releasing process. 7 steps. I tried it a couple of weeks ago and it was so powerful. I can email the link. Brilliant. Wonderful. Yeah. A 7-step releasing process. Cool. Yeah. And like processes are awesome. And I totally rate Deepak Chopra. He's an amazing guy, isn't he? I love his meditations. I always feel transformed after doing his meditations. And I really believe we can like his processes really will be amazing. They'll be amazing. And if you don't trust yourself to allow your own healing, you can use the process, and it might, even through using someone else's process, it might help you to build up your own confidence in being a natural healer, until you can just trust your process and do it for yourself. I hope that's helpful. That's certainly been my experience. Like I've used other people's. I've just had an email from Deepak Chopra that very second. Let me just have a look. That's so weird. Hold on. It's not from you, Natalie. Literally that second, Chopra Meditation just emailed me. And the title is Renewed You, Arrow, Old You. And it's a 21-day meditation. Renew yourself, body, mind, and spirit. And it says self-care is not a luxury. It's a necessity, especially during times of unrest. Creating a daily meditation routine is a powerful form of spiritual self-care that calms your brain and resets your coping mechanisms so you can respond more positively to challenges and ultimately experience more joy. I mean, we don't need a card reading, right? We just got our reading. We just got our reading. That's the reading. I'm not going to do a card reading today. Like, we just got the reading. It came through from Chopra Meditation. We were clearly doing a 21-day meditation challenge offer. Yeah. So, and this is the thing, isn't it? You know, when it comes to getting intentional about moving energy and healing, meditation is key, right? Naka, yeah, get out of town. What? I know, right? This is how this shit works. See, I'm not my source. I'm not the source. See how we were supported right then, in that moment. Something greater than us is just, that's like a little wink from the universe going, yeah, guys, you're on track. Trust yourselves. Meditation is a great way to tune into your energy, to be intentional, and to allow healing. Because when we're in meditation, we're totally getting out of our own way. We're stilling our minds and we're allowing our heart and our soul to come forward and do her thing. Jenny saying, brilliant to be doing the healing with your puppy. I did Reiki 1 and 2 last year and my daughter was benefiting from it so much. It really helps her anxiety. Yeah, that's awesome, Jenny. And I know, yeah, my son, he used to get terrible earaches, and yeah, I used to use Reiki and he would go from screaming, crying to like done, gone. It healed. It's amazing. We are so powerful as healers, all of us. We all do have that ability. Sophie, it's really struck me. As a child, I would call in what I wanted so strongly, and as an adult, I completely lost that, but I don't know why. Right? Yeah. So we lose it because, you know, I even joke that the life I lead and the way I think and work is woo-woo. I'm really probably doing myself a huge disservice to say that it's woo-woo. But in a way, that's how I communicate to people that I'm not particularly linear. And I found a different way of doing life that isn't quite the societal norm. But once upon a time, it was. Once upon a time, women were in charge. And we were in charge through our spiritual connection and our healing abilities. That was in charge of the planet until trade and industry and money and religion all came in to start to try and control something that men didn't understand. But that's a whole other conversation. But, you know, women were naturally revered and respected and honored for their natural healing ability. And our society hasn't encouraged that at all, in most recent centuries. And yeah, kids. I mean, my son. I mean, I can see it already now that he's 13. How he's letting some of his natural healing and intuitive gifts go, and we do. Um, yeah, we forget, but we're magical little creatures when we're born, and we know it's like it's because it's innate. We know that we're in charge of ourselves and we can create. So just choose it again. It's as simple as that. You just get to choose it again. Call in what you want. Sally saying, bless you, Katie, my mother passed and is around me and my father. I feel, sense, and even see them. That's amazing. That's so beautiful. And I'm sure they are totally with you. Isn't that great? Yeah, that's really beautiful. Hello, Jenny. Sally is saying we're close to spirit as children, and then brainwaves are slower in theta. Yeah, they are slower in theta. And actually, this morning I was doing a theta meditation, a guided theta healing, actually, which is beautiful. And yeah, when we allow ourselves to go into meditation and our brainwaves can slow down, that's where we are true creators and where we can manifest and call in. So yeah, that little wink from Deepak Chopra, boom. Better slow down a little bit. Yeah, we were the healers in the past. Yes, we were, Sally. Yep, we were. I could say so much about that, but I won't today. I'm aware that we're way past the 9 o'clock mark. I hope today has served you. I hope you're all feeling connected to how you feel and what you want for yourselves this week. Yeah. I hope you're all feeling intentional, grounded. I won't do a card reading because we've had one, and that's beautiful. So I'm sending you so much love, so much love. Remember, you are a creator. You've got this. Life knows the truth of your heart. It's supporting you and guiding you, even when it feels uncomfortable. But if you know that life is taking you on a new path, and I'm going to say this now to myself as much as I'm saying it to you, because this is happening for me at the moment. When you feel like life is taking you on a new path, you can choose to follow. You can choose to surrender and follow with ease and grace and curiosity and excitement for what's coming. Or you can go kicking and screaming and call in a shit ton of drama and make it really hard for yourself. You're welcome, Natalie. You're welcome, Malka. Yaz is just joining. Yaz, you're going to have to watch the replay. I think you'll enjoy today. You're welcome, Charlotte. I'm so glad you're feeling better. You're welcome, everybody. Oh, Sally said, great to see you today. Not seen your page for ages. Synchronicity. Synchronicity. See, life is always supporting us. We're not doing it alone. You're welcome, Lindy. All right, guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You're welcome, Sophie. Love you all. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you 12 o'clock on Wednesday for a Q&A. If anybody's got a question for me, send it on over. Okay? Love you lots. Bye. Thanks, June. Bye.